In the legendary accounts of the 12th century, the clash between PrithViraj Chauhan and the Chaulukya king Bhima II is an absolute blockbuster. It's a story overflowing with rival suitors for a beautiful princess, brutal family revenge, and outright murder. According to the famous historical poem, the PrithViraj Raso, the bad blood started when PrithViraj's uncle murdered the sons of Bhima's uncle. That sparked a bitter blood feud between the two empires. The text claims King Bhima retaliated with full force. He supposedly invaded the Chauhan kingdom, killed PrithViraj's father, Someshvara, and captured the strategic city of Nagaur. The poem then delivers a thrilling climax. PrithViraj supposedly storms back, recaptures Nagaur, and strikes down Bhima II in a vicious final battle. But historians toss this entire epic into the fiction pile. The timeline is physically impossible. When PrithViraj's father actually died, King Bhima II was just a young child. He couldn't have led an invasion. Even more glaring, records show Bhima ruled for nearly 50 years after PrithViraj's own death. Since the most popular story of this rivalry is a complete fabrication, we have to strip away the romantic poetry. To find out what actually happened at Nagaur, we need to dig into the raw archaeological evidence left in the dirt. Behind the Chaulukya forces, the real mastermind acting in the shadows was Prime Minister Jagadeva Pritihara. Because Bhima was a minor, Jagadeva held the reins of the empire. He was the one actually directing the military campaigns against the rival Chauhans. We know he took these campaigns seriously. The Veraval inscription boasts that Jagadeva was the moon to PrithViraj's lotus-like queens. In 12th century poetry, the moon rising causes daytime lotuses to close their petals, a rather polite way of saying he inflicted heavy casualties, causing the queens to mourn. Those casualties did not happen in romanticized palace courtyards. They happened in the harsh, arid battlegrounds near Nagaur. The concrete proof of this violence lies in two stone inscriptions unearthed at Charlu village near Bikaner. Dated to 1184, these stones commemorate soldiers from the Mohils, a branch of the Chauhans, who died in combat. This confirms that real blood was spilled at Nagaur. The sweeping mythological duels between kings never happened. Instead, these localized verified casualties forced two massive empires into a tense, high-stakes military standoff. To understand the weight of that tension, we have to look at the Karatara Gachapatavali. This ancient text documents a highly fragile peace treaty signed between Jagadeva and PrithViraj sometime before 1187. The text records a specific telling incident. A subordinate chief named Abhayada asked Prime Minister Jagadeva for permission to attack and rob wealthy travelers coming from Sapadalaksha, which was PrithViraj's territory. Jagadeva's reaction was immediate and desperate. He reminded Abhayada just how incredibly difficult it had been to negotiate that treaty in the first place. Then the prime minister issued a gruesome ultimatum. He threatened to have the chief sewn inside a donkey's belly if he dared to harass a single person from PrithViraj's lands. Jagadeva's extreme threat suggests this peace was born of panic, sustained only by the promise of gruesome punishment for anyone who triggered a new conflict. Jagadeva's extreme behavior shifts the focus to a single point. Who actually held the advantage at the end of the Nagaur campaign? Historian Dasharatha Sharma argues that PrithViraj Chauhan walked away with the distinct advantage. His logic relies on Jagadeva's sheer panic over the treaty potentially breaking. That anxiety suggests the Chaulukya Empire was simply too vulnerable to survive another clash with PrithViraj. But other historians, like R.C. Majumdar and Satish Chandra, read the evidence differently. They argue that PrithViraj's military campaign failed to conquer Gujarat. Instead of a resounding victory, he was forced into a frustrating stalemate, compelling him to accept the treaty in 1187. This scholarly divide highlights the friction between the archival record and the legends built around it. The realities of the 12th century survive in these ruthless details of statecraft, in a minister threatening to sew a man inside a donkey just to preserve his borders. Based on the evidence, who do you think